In this second video, we will add to our Christmas e-card. What we'll add is a border and some text. So go and open up last week's file, which was your GIMP setup file, and it should be in your graphics folder. So you can't just double click on it. You have to open up GIMP first and then use your File Open menu to go and get it. So File Open and then go and get it. Now yours will be in a different system from me, but there is mine, and open. Alright, once you've got it, let's refresh your memory with what we learned last week. So along the top here we've got our title bar, and it should have the name of your file with the .xcf special file format for GIMP files. Underneath it we've got our menu bar with all of the menus that are found in a graphic application. In the middle we have our graphic area, our canvas, and at the moment we've got one layer on our canvas with a background colour in it. Over on the left hand side you should have your toolbox. You can go to these wee dots and drag that out if you want it to be a bit bigger. So we've got a toolbox here. When you hover over the tools, it will give you the name of them, and you will become more familiar with these as we develop our knowledge. When you click on a tool, for instance, if I click on this move tool, you'll see underneath here in the tool options that the option is now for the tool that's highlighted. Again, here's the text tool. If you just hover over the tool, it will give you the name, but if you want to select the tool, you have to click on it. And you can see that the selected tool has a border around it, and underneath it in the tool options, it will give you the name of the tool and all of the options that you can choose for that tool. In addition to your toolbox and tool options, over on the right hand side, you should have your layers dockable dialog. If you can't see your layers dockable dialog, it's got a wee tab that says layers and it looks like wee bits of paper on top of each other. Then come back here to your menu, click on the Windows menu, go to dockable dialogs and click on layers. See how they've all got their wee icons? Layers is the only one apart from tool options that we're interested in just now. The toolbox is here. When it comes in, it might come down here, so you want to drag it out and drop it over here by the tab. Okay, good. Right, what's next? So what we want to do then is put some text on. And as we're working with text, I'll talk about the layers. So click on your text tool to highlight it, and then we need to fix the font, the text size and the colour before we come over here and start typing. So I'm happy with size 60 for the size, and it's in pixels. The text font, I've chose 40, but if you click this button in alphabetical order, all of the fonts that you've currently got installed on your computer will be listed here in alphabetical order in ascending order. So you can just go through them till you find something that you like. It usually shows you what the font characters will look like. So for Christmas I'm just going to go for 40 just now, and then pick a colour. Now I click on the colour and I've chose this colour, which has a HTML hexadecimal code of 1B5D83 if you want to choose that colour as well, and then click OK. Then we're ready to actually type. So roughly where you want your text to go, click and then just start typing. And we're just going to say Merry Christmas. Okay, that looks good. Now see how this has got a box around it? You don't feel as if you need to drag that and make it bigger in any way. That's not how it works in GIMP. I know that's how it works with Word, etc., but not in GIMP. In GIMP it's the characters that are put inside here which make that box expand. Okay, so don't feel as if you need to drag that about. You'll just end up with a mess and you'll get stressed out about it, so try not to do that. Right, if you look over here in layers now, you'll see that you've got a new layer for this text, and that brings us to these eyes. The eyes are for visible. So if the eye is turned off, it's not visible. If you click the eye so you can see the eye, that means that layer is visible. And you might be asking yourself, why do we need to worry about making a layer visible and not visible? Well, if it's visible, it means you can edit it. If it's not visible, you can't edit it. So think about graphic artists who use GIMP for their artwork. They might have 20 or 30 layers here in the layer dialog, and sometimes it can be difficult to get to the specific bit of their artwork that they want to tweak slightly. So if they turn the eyes off for the layers that are occluding it or obscuring it, then they can get to their artwork. I'm happy with that. Merry Christmas. But I want to show you this technique of duplicating a layer and then slightly changing it to give us a text background shadow. So we'll leave that one like that and make sure your text is highlighted here. Go down to the very bottom of layers and you can see the option for create a duplicate. Give it a click and you'll see that you've now got 2 layers about Merry Christmas text. If you turn the eye off for the top one, you can still see the bottom one, but when you turn the bottom one off, you can't see any. So you've got text there and you've got text there. Just click into the layer below the top layer for text. And now we're going to change the colour of this and the size of it. So we need to highlight it first. So click and drag across it to highlight it. Then use this local menu for changing the colour. Don't go back to this menu over here. Click in this wee button and let's change that to a kind of purpley colour. So we'll go up, use the rainbow to get roughly purple, and then you'll see it's came in at the same kind of shade. You can keep it at that if you want. I am going to. I'm going to click OK. So if I turn I'm over here in layers now, and if I turn the top layer on, you see it's blue. And if I turn it off, the one below it is now purple. Now I need to make this purple one a wee bit bigger so that you can see it peeking out. So it's 60 at the moment, so I'm going to up it to 61. Turn the layer on at the top here, and you can just see that's quite a nice effect. It's getting bigger as it moves along. So I like that. And I'm going to use my move tool in a wee minute and just to nudge this blue along. So happy with that actually. I like those colours together as well. So click in your top layer now and then go and get your move tool. Now down in your move options, make sure the radio button for move the active layer is clicked, and make sure the button for layer is clicked. Okay, and then all you need to do is slightly move this along. Yeah, I like that. So now that we've got our text positioned and it's the size that we want it to be, we've got 2 layers. So say you may change your mind and you want to move your text about, you're going to have to drag both of these layers, which is annoying. So there's a GIMP have given you a way to solve this, and that is you can actually merge layers together to become one layer. So it's time for us to do this for this text. So click in the top of the 2 layers of text, right click on it, and then choose the option merge down. And you'll see that you've now got one layer if you turn the eye off. So this text has merged down. The pixels that made up both those layers have merged together, and it looks quite nice. So when we use this move tool now, we can just move it about, and we're moving once and we're moving both layers. Great. So that's that part done. Now we're going to add a border. So the first thing we need to do is add a layer so that we can draw into that layer the border. So over here in layers, go down to the bottom to the add new layer. Give it a click and we'll call it border in the layer name, and then click OK. So now we've got a border layer. Make sure you're clicked in it, and any work that we do now will just be in that layer. So we need the pencil tool. Give it a click and your tool options should now be for pencil. leave the brush as 1 pixel, but change the size to 15 pixels. And then click at the top left, and instead of clicking and dragging down to draw, what we're going to do is use the Shift tool. Just hold down Shift. It's the one you would use for capital letter, and you'll see you've got this kind of elastic, and what you're doing is anchoring. So where you click next, that will draw a line. So we're going to click at this corner down here, and then move along and click at the next corner, move along, next corner, and move along, next corner. So we've given ourselves quite a nice shape. It doesn't need to be exact. Now we're going to build this border up. So let's get a different colour. We'll go and get that purple colour we used. There it is there. In our tiles. They call these wee colour tiles. So there's the tile there that we've previously used, and click OK. I'm going to change the size of this, bring it back down to about 10 now. And inside of that one I'm going to put the purple. And then click and drag, and click and drag, and click and, sorry, not drag, click to anchor. Right, like that, but we need something to brighten it up. So let's go and get some gold now. So back to our colour and into the rainbow to get a kind of gold. I like that. Maybe lighten it up slightly. Oh, too light. I like that. Okay, and we'll bring this size maybe down to 5 pixels. So go to your tool options and bring the size of the pencil down to 5. Now we're going in between. So click, hold down Shift, and then now you can actually start to intersect these lines. They don't need to be exact. Just give it a nice, right. Do I like that? No, I don't. I'm going to Control Z 2 of them because I didn't like that last one. I think I like that better. Yep, I like that. I think Christmas red should be added to the border as well. So let's go and get a Christmas red. So it's red, but it's really a Christmas red. So let's see if we can find a Christmas red that we're happy with. I like that. That's a nice one. Then click OK. Now we'll change the size down again, maybe to about 3, and we'll try and put this into the inside. So remember, hold down the Shift to get your anchor points. Yeah, that's nice, that helps. So, if we look over at the layer for this border, if we turn the eye off, it's as if the border doesn't exist. But it's there, so that's nice. I think that will do us for today. Make sure you save this file, and this file name should be Ecard_v1. Okay, so this is version 1 of our Ecard, and save it into your graphics folder.